Testing, testing. Now just let me get everything set up. I haven't been on this computer in like a couple of days and it needed all these updates, so... Okay, so what else have I got here? So I need that one. Once upon a time when I used to do all of this stuff, I used to like always kind of stress out a bit because I'm like, oh, it's got to be clicked properly and it's got to come across properly. Where nowadays I'm like, oh, whatever, it'll get done. Hello, Katie from the UK. We've got Megan from Australia here. My camera's a little bit wonky today, but yeah. So I've got some updates on my computer, so hopefully it's not going to impede too much on what we're doing here today. So we'll just wing it and see how it goes. So hang on, my camera is definitely... Oh, I didn't just bugger up my camera, did I? No. Okay, so my tarot camera is definitely not right at the moment. It's too far up. Yay! I'm just trying to get these systems up and running. Why do they have to change stuff? They're like, yep, Windows update. Oh, hi Shari, you're on Twitch, darling. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, I've got all these updates happening. And it's like, yeah, we're downloading cool stuff. No, you're not. You're being a pain in the butt. Oh, whatever. We'll just deal without those bits today. It's going to be one of them days for me. Alright, let's see if we can get this tarot camera just to zoom in just a little bit further. And then we will get started. Is it in here? Oh no, it's a filter. That's right, it's a filter. Filter! There we go. What does that mean? Yeah, maybe I'll play with that later. That's alright. I'll just have to I'll just have to hold the cards up for you guys today. Oh good, oh good. Scale. Properties. Nah. Nah, that's alright. Whatever, whatever. Alright, has this program finished being done? I like this little program I've got here because I can do like little gifts and things like that. Hey! Nah, it's still being done. Nah, that's alright. Next. Yes, I said yes already. Alright, am I back yet? Am I back? Oh gosh. Am I back? La 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 la. Yes I am. Yes I am. Wonderful. Honestly, I think it's gonna be one of them days. Oh, I think it's gonna be one of them days. That's alright. That's alright. Every now and again, because I don't use this computer very often and I had like a week off because I went on holidays and it just decided it's going to update. So let's get on with it. Rightio. So let's do that. And now we should be good to go. Right. So hopefully we won't get any scammers on the feed today. Oh, good night from Portugal. Hopefully we won't get any scammers on the feed today. So if you get somebody inboxing you or anything like that, let me know and I will try and do my best to get rid of them for you. Unfortunately, I do have a program that does do that, but it's currently updating and being a douche. So, yeah. Okay, so we have Trisha on YouTube. We have Katie and Crystal and Megan on Facebook here. We have Jenna on YouTube as well. Thank you. Welcome everybody for coming in. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so let's do this. Oh, so how is everybody's part of the world going at the moment? So it's very quiet here in South Australia today. I think it was like 2 weeks ago now we had a little bit of an outbreak when it came to the virus. But otherwise from that, it's basically back to normal. The borders are opening up. We don't have any more cases of the coronavirus. Woo, go Australia! Go Australia! Okay, so Katie. So Katie, I think you wanted some assistance with Love Life. Let's draw a couple of cards for you and find out what's going on. So I will be here for a couple of hours. I've got 3 clients today, but I don't start until 1 o'clock, so I can stay for a little while. Trisha, nothing is normal in the USA. I have to agree. I must admit, in Australia, we do have guns, but we only use them mostly on farms and the police, basically. So otherwise, you don't have a gun. And a little while back, I was talking to one of my friends, Mark Delakowski, and he's in Wisconsin. And I was talking to him online, and I could hear gunshots going off in the background. And I said to him, dude, what is going on? Like, what's happening? And he said, oh, that's just the neighbor. I said, what's the neighbor shooting at? And he goes, oh, he's pruning his tree. I'm like, what? He's pruning his tree with a shotgun? You know we have pruning devices that do that. So yeah, I find that way out of the normal. Hello, Sonia, how are you? Hi, Kayla, how you going, darling? Okay, so we'll get started with Katie. Katie would like some assistance with Love Life. Okay, let's find out some info for Katie. Now, these are only mini readings here today. If you want a full reading, scan the QR code that's up in the top corner there, and that'll take you to my webpage. Ah, interesting, Katie. Interesting. So, when it comes to your love life, Katie, what we've got here is that just basically there's a bit of dabbling going on. So there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of something else. It's like you've got the case of the glitters. Like 1 minute you're interested in this and the next minute there's too much energy and there's just too much going on. It's high, it's low, it's high, it's low, it's high, it's low. And that can be a bit discombobulating as such because there's no consistency in the flow to feel contentment, to feel relaxation, to feel like there's a worthiness deep down inside. So when it comes to the love life, we have the Major Arcana, the Magician coming out here. Now, the Major Arcana cards are non-negotiable, and Major Arcana cards also show us that when it comes to life, we have this infinite ability inside of us. We have this infinite ability to learn, to grow, to expand, to love as well. And when it comes to this infinite ability, we have to learn which ability it is that we actually want to master as such. All of us can learn how to do mathematics, all of us can learn how to do geography, all of us can learn how to do all of these things. However, when it comes down to the crux of it, we have to go with what it is that we desire. So when it comes to your love life, you may find that you're just trying to fill up the pot of the other person way too many different ways. Be consistent. And also when it comes to love, be consistent with yourself. Here we have the Six of Cups. Now let me show you that card a little bit further. Now the Six of Cups is an exchangement of energy. Now we have a masculine figure giving a feminine figure a bunch of flowers, a token as such. However, you will notice that there's just too much toxicity in the environment around you. So when it comes to this love life, look at the external environment, what's going on around you, because everything that's going on around you gets processed internally, and then that can change the way we do things. So love the way you want to love, but look at the external environment. If there's things impeding on your love life, then it's time to start cleansing that external environment. Okay. Ah, here we go. So we've got a wanker on the feed. So Itfatoki, fuck off. Okay, you are horrible. You're a disgusting person. Ban. Go away. Sorry guys. And we only get these people on Facebook. We only get them on Facebook. It's disgusting. So I'm just going to delete that person because they are disgusting. We have and most of them aren't actual people. They're bots that go out and they search for keywords on streams. So yeah, so they're disgusting people. So I do apologize for those people on Facebook that just got a message from iFatker, I'm a dickhead, whoever it was. Okay. So Katie, when it comes to your love life, darling, it's time to start cleansing that external environment and learning about that self-love that's deep down inside of you, okay? When it comes to love, love is a very complex language, okay? So yeah, so yeah, when it comes to love life, it can become very complex, okay? Love is about other people and ourselves, but we don't want love to be selfish, okay? Hi Valerie, you're listening to me. Hey Sharon, how you going? How you going? I was talking to Jeva the other day, as in Jason Chevalier, and he said that you'd moved to Ballarat, I think it was, or something like that. So we have Yannabelle and we have Anna. Oh, Anna, yes, let's get straight to you, darling, because you commented very early on. So yeah, I will get to everybody as much as I can. The chat feed does move very fast, okay? So, Anna, let's find out some information for you, darling. Let's find out some information. Oh, you're in Echuca. You're near Echuca now. Oh, that'd be beautiful up that way. I've only visited a couple of times and it's just a gorgeous area. Absolutely gorgeous area. So clean and fresh. So, Anna, let's find out what's going on for you. Oh, Anna. Oh, I hope I'm saying that right, darling. What are you going through at the moment? You have some really big stuff going on at the moment, and it's really confusing as well, because it's like everybody's telling you all of this advice. You should do this, you must do that, why don't you do this, blah 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 blah, and everybody around you is offering the advice based on their best intentions. They really are the best intentions, but the thing is, these pieces of advice that you're being offered from everybody else, this infinite clarity as such, is blocking you from finding your own way. Oh, bless me. So this advice that everybody's offering you is blocking you from finding your own way. Here we can see the Three of Wands, and inside the Three of Wands, as you can see, we have a figure that's looking out into the future. However, they're too busy trying to prop up all of these other ideas in life and make them stable. So there's a justification going on inside your life, inside your mind, and this is where, thanks Valerie, and this is where it's blocking you from going into that future, because we cannot take these things with us, okay? This future that you're looking for does not require these past or these old modalities. As we can see, as this person is holding up these old ideas, it's a very awkward place. They're crossed over. It's not a very comfortable place to be in, but you're trying to look for this future, but there's an old past that needs to be left behind. And when it comes to this old past, it's all these people. Basically, you've got all these people in your life. They've all got their own piece of advice, and they're just waggling around their wands, waving them in the air, but nobody's actually using them for what they're supposed to be used for. So when it comes to all of these people offering these opinions and these situations, it's time for you to just go quiet a bit and basically cloud them out as such. Cloud them out of your mind. Don't cloud them out of your life. Cloud them out of your mind and find the direction that you want to go in, so that way you can find your own future. Because there's just too much going on. It's causing confusion, it's causing frustration, it's causing all of these negative things inside your life, and then it's creating a standstill as such. So rather than moving forward to a place where you really enjoy it, you're actually just sort of becoming a little bit stalemate, like same, this happens on Tuesday, that happens on Wednesday. So it's becoming a bit samey for you. So it's time to go in a different direction, Dal. Go in a different direction. Okay, so let me scroll up a bit. And we have a couple of people from YouTube. So yeah. So Trisha C from the USA. Let's do a card for you, love. Oh, and then we'll get to Megan Morris. Hello, Megan. Yay, give me love hearts, guys. Give me love hearts. I love it. So Trisha. So please subscribe, like the channel, you know, all that stuff you have to do these days, blah, blah, blah. I am thinking about running a special on my big readings. So if you want one, let me know in the comments. And yeah, maybe I'll organise one for next week. So as like a Christmas special, a holiday special. What are you allowed to call it these days? Christmas holidays? Maybe confusing, lol. I don't even know who the president of the US is at the moment. I don't think anybody knows, Trisha. I think we've all got speculation that it is my cat. Oh, dear. Okay, Trisha. Let's find out some information for you, love. Ooh, Trisha, why are you so hard on yourself, darling? Like, what's going on? It's like you're not in a dark place. I can't say that you're in a dark place, but you're in a shrouded place, okay? My cat's name, my cat's name is Maya, and she's not here at the moment. So, Maya for president. So with you, Trisha, at the moment, yeah, there's a lot of cloudiness. There's a lot of confusion going on. You're not in a dark place, but you're not in a light place either. You're in a darkened place, and it kind of feels like it's taking over. It's changing you in some ways. So, and this is creating a bit of resentment. Okay, so we have the Judgment card coming out, but I'm also an intuitive reader, so things pop in as I speak, and I don't feel like this is a judgment that's going on. You're giving out an external judgment, but it's actually a built up resentment inside you. And resentment comes from people nagging at us, people continuously having an expectation that's not realistic, and that's what can really get us down, okay? When we get down and out, this can build up our sense of judgment where we actually pass off things and we start to admit this energy that we're just exhausted, we're done with the world, people are giving us the shits, like, can't you get your shit together? All that sort of stuff. So when it comes to you, love, it's time, because you're looking for an exit. Okay, so here we have a figure that's looking for an exit, but is holding onto a pipe that's on fire. Okay, so it's like you have to hold on to the pipe. It's not burning you to a state of decay as such, but it's building up this resentment inside you. And when it comes to this resentment, you got to get it out of your system somehow. It's time for you to find how you're going to get this out of your system and find those ways that you can relax a little bit about it. So whether you do meditation, whether you go for a walk, you know, whether you watch a TV series or something along those lines, you've been physically sick of remote schooling. Yeah, honestly, it cannot be easy over there at the moment. We're really lucky in Australia. Yay to our government. You know, I'm not into politics as such, but yay to our government because we've all done really, really well. As much as we've had a few channy chuckers about, you taking away my freedom. Well, you know what? Stay home for a few days, the virus goes away, and then you're all good to go. So stop being a sook about it. And it's amazing how many people are complaining about it until they get to the weekend when they get to stay home. So we're horrible creatures, aren't we? So yeah, so Trisha, when it comes to you, we've got this resentment that is building up inside of you, but you've got to get it out of you, because when the resentment builds up inside you, the resentment turns into judgment. And then we start sort of packaging people up into little boxes like everyone is, or nobody does, or anyone, has. So we put them all into little boxes, and then that's where the judgment comes out. And we don't want your energies to start flowing in a negative way, because that'll create a, like you said, you know, a physical sickness. Okay, so get it out of your system. How can you make these systems better so you can relax around them and you can enjoy your life more? That's what life's all about. Okay, so Megan. Oh, Shara, you moved to Facebook. Facebook is a lot more friendly than Twitch, I must admit. I love Twitch as a gaming channel, I really do. But I do believe it needs to update its systems, absolutely. So, Megan, let's find out some information for you, love. Megan, are you allowed to see face-to-face clients now? Because I know the borders are open. Elle, absolutely, you can get a card. We've got a few people requesting at the moment, so I miss you too, Sharon. Love you, darling. Oh, so you can see clients in person now. Oh yeah, Crystal. Yes, thank you for reminding me, darling. Yep, you'll be up next after Megan. Crystal, remind me what yours was about, because my my stream crashed earlier on when you put up a comment. Ooh. All right, Megan. Let's find out what's some stuff that's going on with you. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ooh, alrighty, let me just give it to you, because it's going to be much easier than doing the whole sugar-coated thing. And I know that you're a big girl and you can handle it. Okay, so you're going to have to face the devil of your past. Okay, there's some things that you're doing. Oh, Kayla, yes. There are things that you're doing in your life currently that you've always done. You always decided that this was the right way, and it's not the right way anymore. The change has occurred, and it's time for new systems to do something in a better way. And you're really going to have to face that demon that's inside of you. When it comes to this demon inside of you, we have the King of Wands coming out as well. And the King of Wands is all about you. So sometimes when we get certain cards, they bring in other people, other situations, okay? So this one is about you, though. You are the master of your own wand. However, you really need to start facing that devil that you have deep inside of you. It may be something that comes along a an ego side. It may be something that comes along an opinion side or a situation side. We're allowed to have opinions. We're allowed to have judgments. But sometimes we have to change that up in order to get a better outcome. You know, so a little while back, I had a lady come for a hypnosis session for quit smoking. Very religious lady, so believes in God, and she couldn't understand why God had allowed her friend to cure her cancer, but God wouldn't help her quit smoking. Now, I don't believe in God. I don't think that God's not real. I think faith is real, but I don't think it's actually a person as such. So I don't believe in God. But when it come down to her, I full on went with her faith. And then I asked her in hypnosis that God would grant her the ability to quit smoking. So that's where I had to face my own demon, because I could have simply gone, nah, I'm not dealing with this lady because she believes in God. So what? She believes in God. There's nothing wrong with that. She's not hurting anyone. She's helping out herself, and this is her belief system. So why not just go with that and help her achieve her outcome that she's achieving? So I personally, hang on, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of Ifa. Ifa, fuck off. Ban. Delete. Apologies for Ifa. He's a bit iffy. So Megan, so when it comes to you, that perhaps it's time to find some new systems. Some of the systems that I have, I love to be in that way, but I need to change them up in order to help people on a higher level as such, rather than what I believe was always done. So this one's about you, darling. Start to conquer that devil that you know that's deep down inside of you. That part of you that's kind of giving you that irritation or blocking you in advancing. Sometimes we have to play the game in order to win, and it's only once we reach the top that we can change the rules of the game, okay? So that's what it comes down to. That's a bit of a tough pill to swallow, that one, darling, okay? Chin up, you'll get there. Because trust me, I keep going back to old ways sometimes myself, and I'm like, this is not working. This is a sheer definition of insanity. Hi, Ivory. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Crystal, and then we'll get to Kayla, I think was next. So, Crystal is one of my biggest fans. She's been tuning in since day one. She has an adorable cat named Daisy, and I watch Daisy on Facebook. She's totally cute. You block them, Elle. Yeah, honestly, unfortunately, a lot of the people that jump onto these streams, they're not actually people, they're bots. And that's why you have, when you're signing in for something, it's like, prove that you're not a bot. So, yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, there's some bots that tap onto keywords and then they comment for people. So, yeah. Love you too, Megan, okay? Love you, darling. Chin up, you'll get there, okay? Guess what? Sometimes we just do these things and we don't know why we've done them, and it's all about learning. Everything is a learn. Okay, so Crystal. So Crystal, I have to go for a general sense. I did say it was something about study, I reckon. Hi, Tanya. How you going? Oh, I'm not quite sure, Elle. Not quite sure. We're just gonna have to go with it. It's a little bit hard to keep up with the chat, Dal. Okay, so we'll get to you, okay, honey. So Crystal, you're actually in a place at the moment where emotionally there's too much going on. Okay, so there's it's like you're trying to put all of your emotions into one situation, but they need to be separated. Okay, so anger needs to go with anger, sadness needs to go with sadness, happiness needs to go with happiness. Financially, you're actually on a pretty good wicket at the moment. So yeah, you think about going back to school and what study path should I take? Let's find out. Right. At the moment, it says no, now's not the time. And that's only because we have all these emotions that are going out everywhere. When it comes to these emotions, it's time for you to start harboring them and making sure they're in the right place at the right scenario. A little while back, I was homeless at one stage of my life and very, very depressed. Then when I started getting myself back on my feet, I was in a car one day with a friend, and as we were driving along, there was a tractor and it gotten bogged in a paddock. And my friend was laughing, going, "Oh, look at that, it's funny." And I felt really sad for the person that was bogged. And then after a little while, I realized that I was putting sadness into all of my situations on some level, because that was my part of self, because I could empathize with the farmer that they were bogged. But my friend was also explaining that when you're in a good place in life, that when you laugh at other people's misfortunes, it's not necessarily a negative thing. It's because you've been there yourself and you know that you can laugh about the past now rather than feel negative about it. And that is so true. We go through life, and whilst we're in that moment, it hurts. It's not a good place. Yeah, you're over this year. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're over it. You're done. And that's what the emotions are talking about. That, you know, there's just too many in all of these situations, and we need to start putting them in their appropriate places. If something funny comes along, you have every right to laugh at it and enjoy it. Please laugh and enjoy at it, because when we forget to do that, we continue to program ourselves that this is the way we are in the future. So when I was talking to my friend about it, like he said in the past, when you're hurting, it will be a negative emotion. But when you evolve past the hurt, that's when it becomes something that you can smile about, you can forgive about, or you can learn to love yourself or laugh or giggle. You know, that means that you have transitioned from it. So at the moment, it's saying that you're not quite ready. Okay, so have a look at some courses and things like that, but I wouldn't jump into the situation just yet. Just bide your time for another month or so, and then see how you go with sorting out some of these emotions. Does anybody have one of these things? Let me hold up to my camera. That one. This little thing here is called an Ulla. ULLA. So Megan Morris, the lady that's on the chat on Facebook, she got me onto it. And what it does is every 30 minutes it flashes a light on my water bottle. You guys can't see it properly because it's a green screen. It flashes a light in my water bottle and it reminds me to drink water. And then it turns off when you move the water bottle. I've drank more water in the last 3 days than I reckon I have in the last couple of months. So it's been fantastic. Megan, you've saved my life. It's absolutely fantastic. So Elle, let's get to you, darling. Let's get to you. So let's scroll up a bit because you did ask something. Is my Scorpio man will be in my future? Right, Elle, let's have a look at that for you. And then we'll get to Kayla. Okay, then we'll get to Kayla. Hello, my darling. Hello. So, Elle, let's find out about the Scorpio man. Elle, does this man have a little bit of a dry sense of humor? Like there's something going on. I feel a little bit like there's a speciality. And let's get rid of this person here. BJ, go away. You are a horrible thing. Go away. I'm on to you, mate. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Elle, I feel like this Scorpio person has something that's like dry about them. Like there's something that you're going to have to evolve into and understand a little bit. Like you don't quite get it, but it's also what appeals, what makes them appealing. Ooh. So Elle, let's find out what's going on. Oh, wow, honey. So, Elle, I can't say that this person is going to be in your future because you are. Oh, go you. I can't say that this person is going to be in the future because what we have here is we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords talks about dancing with our abilities, learning to balance as such. So as we can see, we have a figure here and they're dancing on their tippy toes, so they're kind of like on eggshells, but even on the eggshells they have learnt to dance through the situation. So when it comes to reading from my gay turkeys in my yard. Oh, I love that, Crystal. I love that. So when it comes to you, Elle, you know how to dance in the eggshells. So when there's situations that are not comfortable for people, that are a little bit off as such, you know how to get through them. You're never comfortable because you're on your tippy toes, okay? But you do know how to balance through them. However, when it comes down to this particular person, there's a lot of hurt in the past, and that's what's triggering, that's what's going on here. It's kind of like there's a dark side, there's something in the background that you're going to have to deal with as such. Now this is about the particular person, okay? So this one's not about you, this one here is about you, and this one is about them. Okay, so when it comes to this one, this is a very emotional card. Swords are pretty full-on cards. Now, when it comes to them, they've got something that goes on in the background, and unless they're willing to help heal that, that's the one thing that can destroy your trust in the future. So just bide your time when it comes to this future person. It's not that they're not going to be in your future. We don't want to constantly be walking on eggshells waiting for this sword to come out and for this defeat to be apparent. Emotions are very quick to play out as such, and they just come in. And this person has some emotional stuff that they really need to sort out. Now, when it comes to you in particular, yes, you're great at walking on these eggshells. You're great at sorting out these situations, but you're going into this situation very blind. This is something that's going to happen as you go through time. So if they're going to be in your future, then why do you dream of them? Our mind is a very complex thing, Dale. So when it comes to this person, you're going in blind. So take your time. find out what's going on. We don't truly know anyone for quite a number of years, so don't jump into relationships. Don't say, look, move in with me, or anything like that. Take it extremely slow and allow that person the freedom to heal. Do not become their doctor or their psychologist or anything like that. They have to learn to heal themselves, okay? So just go a bit wary with this one. Nobody's saying that they're a bad person or anything like that, but they have a darkness. They have something that needs to be sorted out, and they've got to do it for themselves, and it's going to take some time. And for some reason, I'm getting the number 2 popping up, like it's a 2-year thing. So yeah, so just go a little bit wary. They're a good person, but they do have this darkness that they need to, yep, absolutely, yep, they do have that darkness they need to heal, okay? So yeah, be there to nurture, be there to support, but do not be there to, you know, to basically do everything for them, okay? It's been 2 years, yep, I get that number 2 popping up, yep, okay. So, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here, guys. So if you find that something that I've missed you or something like that, just let me know again in the comments, okay? So Kayla. Hey, Kayla. So general life reading. Oh, absolutely. No worries, Elle. Just go careful with this one. Like, you know, people aren't bad people, okay? I don't believe there's bad people in this world. I think people do bad things because they have to. You know, because of the situation in the moment, but I don't believe we're born to be bad people, okay? So Kayla, let's do a general reading. Let's get you some guidance, my love. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Mount Gambier. It's like 20 odd degrees and the sun is shining. I can't wait to see my clients this afternoon. I had 2 ladies booked in, and then we got put into lockdown, so I couldn't see them. And then when I rescheduled them, the government brought out that we weren't allowed to see people because, like, I'm a hypnotherapist, so I wasn't allowed to see them face to face. And because they're elderly ladies, they didn't want to get online and do it. So yes, I'm so excited that I can see them today. And it's amazing. Like, one lady is 86, I think the other one's 92, and they're coming for hypnosis. So I cannot wait. I love working with these people because I have beautiful stories to tell you, a life that's lived and abundant, and, you know, all these wonderful things. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you can always clear out your mindset. Absolutely. I cannot wait to work with them. They're just such fantastic people. So Kayla, let's find out some information for you, love. Oh, Kayla, what the fuck? What the fuck, honey? You're playing with fire. What's going on? There's something going on in your life that is it's really, I can't say hurtful, but it's like it's like an area that you're not normally involved in. There's like a battle going on here. It's not even a war, it's a battle. When I say war, when we say war, we're talking about big stuff, like, you know, huge stuff that changes whole worlds, you know, but you've got a battle that's going on. And this battle is one of those situations where, you know, as we can see, we have a hot air balloon here and it has swords on it. So, you know, the balloon can exist, the swords can exist, but can they exist together? So what's going on? Okay. Oh, and you've got kids involved as well. There's money involved as well. This is big. What's going on with you, Kayla? There's some stuff that's going on. I need another card. I need more information. Oh. Right. Kayla, so this one is about you, love. Okay. So there is a battle. There is a war going on inside of you. You know, perhaps you're not feeling love for yourself, or you're not happy with your body, your life, your work, your finances. I feel like it's everything. Like, you've just had enough, you know. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that, I'm sick of something else. And it's time to give death to those old ways. This is not working for you anymore, and it's time for a new start. We really need to put in some systems that are going to allow you to evolve into this empress. It's like there's a bitterness I'll see you next week. Yeah, I'll see you next week, Dal. I will be on more consistently now. I've had my holiday. So yeah. So Kayla, there's some stuff that's going on, and this is not just external stuff. This is about you as well. And it's you're trying to make all of these things exist and be happy and work all together, but they're just not working. You have to give death to it. Okay, you have to get rid of some stuff. You have to, quit that and move into something else, because these systems are not working anymore for you. It's a path of destruction. It's a path of bad health. It's a path of resentment as such, where you just start to kind of hate yourself. Okay, and you're not a hateful person. We're not born into hate. We're taught how to hate. We're born into love. Every single being that you meet in this world is always born into love and trust and honesty. It's not until we're taught these other things that we evolve into them. And this situation that you're in is pushing you to evolve into someone that you just don't want to be, a path that you don't want to walk down, and it's time to take a different path. So get some people on board to help you, because this is some rough stuff, and change is uncomfortable. It's as simple as that. But it's also inevitable. It's going to have to occur. So will you allow it to occur now while you still have some sense of control, or will it happen later where you're out of control and then it has to be done and somebody has to step in? Okay, so you're going through a really rough spot at the moment, but you can gain control of it again. But change is uncomfortable, and change also takes time. Okay, so take some time out. If you've got too much on your plate or anything like that, get out a piece of paper and start writing down all the things that you feel like you're responsible for doing. It can be small stuff like paying the bills to big stuff like working and career changes and children and all that sort of stuff. Write it all down on a piece of paper and then decide what can go, what can stay, and what needs to be changed, because some stuff, like, honestly, it's just not worth it. So I absolutely refuse to clean my own bathroom. One, because I hate it, and two, because at the end of the day it makes me miserable. So I pay someone to clean my home. Now, can I spend that money on something better? Absolutely. But what's better than the price of my happiness? What's better than the price of my relaxation and my love? That's the difference. So I absolutely love my cleaner, and she will have a job for as long as she wants. Okay. So Kayla, you've got some rough stuff going on, but try some different systems. Okay. What you're doing is not working anymore. So Shari. Hi Shari, how you going, Dal? Hopefully be able to come back later. Okay, darling, we'll tune in next time, and we'll have a chat then, okay? Keep plodding along. Every time I tune into your energies, I always feel like there's a little bit of an upheaval in the tummy, like a nervousness as such, okay? Sending love and hug, Kayla. I understand it can be difficult, okay? It's difficult, and it sometimes it gets more difficult around Christmas, because it is the time of family and connection and celebration, and sometimes that can put too much stress and pressure on us. So guess what? If you don't have the Christmas dinner that you're hoping for this year, it doesn't matter. People are going to get fed anyway, and they're there because they want to be around you, okay? So my Christmas has become a little bit of a horrible place. But at the end of the day, if I have to sacrifice one Christmas for the greater good of all Christmases, then I will. So Ivory, absolutely you can have a reading, Dal. Absolutely. Oof. And then we've got Tanya. Oh, Tanya's got a work situation going on. Ivory. What a beautiful name that is, Ivory. Absolutely gorgeous. So unique. So unique. La 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 la. Oh, that's really good. Okay. So Ivory, when it comes to you, love, we have some finances going on. Okay. So when it comes to these finances, the reason why you feel like you're not getting ahead is because you're not actually putting anything away to get ahead. That's the difference. I recently watched a documentary called Becoming Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in the world, $87 billion. Honestly, what can you do with that much bloody money? Like, that's just too much. Like, when do you get to gluttonous, you know? I imagine that kind of like a pudding with way too much cream on it. Okay? You need a balance. So, for you, Ivory, it's time to save some money. So, put a little bit away. It doesn't matter if you're putting 10 cents away, $10, $100, whatever it is. You can always find a way to save some money for those other times, so that for those situations. When we start to save money, it's what we call rainy day. Okay, so when we start to save money, here we have a double binding card. When we start to save money, this is when you can feel a little bit more content and relaxed. So here we can see the 1 cup. Now the Ace of Cups is where we have it sorted out. So when you start to have some money set aside, that's when you can feel relaxed about the money. Okay, when you feel relaxed about the money, you will save more money. See the infinite loop that we've got going on here? And if we have to take some money out of this account, all we do is we start saving more again. That's all we do. Create this financial habit for your future where you start saving money. Invest in yourself so that way you can relax. Because saving money, we spend money because it makes us feel good. We get these little bits of hits. However, saving money can give you that same sense of feeling because you feel more relaxed if something doesn't work. So if you need new car tires or something along those lines, that's a bigger purchase, you always have it there. Okay, so for me personally, when I started this whole money mindset thing, I saved money, but I didn't really save money, you know. It's saved money and then went, oh, I can buy that new CD or something like that. This is about saving for bigger stuff. This is saving for your mental mind, your relaxation, and for your stability and security. That's the difference here. So that's what you're saving for. My partner hates shrapnel. And he, any like 5 and 10 cent pieces, he usually just chucks on the sidewalk and, you know, whatever. I actually saved them and I put them all into a big container. And then I think it was like every single year, usually around Christmas, I take down the bank and I tip it into the big hopper thing. And I think it was this year, there was like $580 in 5 and 10 cent pieces. And all of a sudden he was interested. And I was like, no. So that $580 then went into our bank savings account. And that's because that gives me that relaxation that I know that there's extra money there that just came from little tidbits all during the year. So you're the same. It's time to put that money away and start saving it. Don't borrow from Peter to pay Paul, and really start to reassess, do you need to put that finance on your card, or do you really need that small purchase because you've got bigger stuff that you're going to be wanting in the future? Okay. Start saving those pennies, guys. So Tanya, may I please have a card drawn in relation to my work situation? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and I've got Bo Check from YouTube, and oh, Jo, I'm sorry, darling, you were one of the first ones. You've been so patient. All right, I'll get to you, my love. Okay. So we'll do one for Tanya, and then we'll go straight to Jo. Jo actually joined in approximately like an hour ago. Okay, love. Oh gosh, I think I flipped a card. I don't do reverse cards. The reason why I don't do reverse cards, no worries, Tanya. The reason why I don't do reverse cards is because we have 78 cards in this deck, and there's actually quite a lot of negative cards in the tarot. And then when you flip them upside down, that increases the amount of negativity in a deck. So yeah, I don't do reverse cards. Okay, and there's a lot of conflict in our communities about reverse cards. When it comes to life, we always have a choice, and that's what we're talking about. You always have a choice. It's not so much that sometimes we don't have a choice in a situation like this is wood. I don't have a choice to change that. But sometimes when they say that you always have a choice, it's true. It's about your response. So will you respond better, or will you respond less? That's the difference. That's what we're talking about when we say you always have a choice. If you can't control a situation, you can always control your response towards the situation. Okay. Hi, Shada. How you going, darling? Okay, so we have So we have Tanya here. Here we go. Tanya, I'm going to have to say this. I don't know why this message popped in, but you've got to dust your house. There's somebody coming in at the moment. It's a female. And she's like, would you dust your house already? She wants you to dust your house. I don't know why she's saying that. She's not that old of a lady, actually. I would say she's in probably her late 60s, early 70s, or perhaps she looks a bit younger. And yeah, she's, I want to say she's a little bit tubby, but she's not fat. Okay, so she's telling me she's telling me that you got to dust your house. So I'm not quite sure if you have your granny. She's visiting tomorrow for the first time ever. Even when we're still alive, our energies will still give messages to people to pass on. And many people believe that when we do these intuitive readings that we're talking about people that are deceased, and they're not necessarily deceased. These are energies we project to other people. That's why sometimes when you have a dream at night, you'll dream about someone from school that you haven't thought about in, 20 or 30 years, and that's because their energy is actually projecting to you. They don't necessarily know that they're doing it. That's how the energies of matters happen. Okay, well, Tanya, get out your sleeve. Okay, pull it out over your hand and just dust some of those benches. Okay, dust some of those benches. Getting that message coming through. So yeah, when we talk about entities that were coming through, they're not necessarily deceased people. Okay, so perhaps she just sent me a message just then to tell you to dust some of those shelves. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Star coming out here. At the moment, Tanya, when it comes to this work situation, it's kind of like there's just too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And it's an immaturity that's going on with these Indians. It's kind of like, well, it's not kind of like, it's exactly like there's these people that think that they're good at leading and good at doing what they're doing, but they're really not. There's something like when it comes to you, like you're really good at what you do, but you feel like you're not being appreciated enough. You're not in the right role for what it is that you're actually currently doing. So now is the time to start shining bright. When it comes to these work situations, we have to take on these roles that perhaps are not all that comfortable, and we have to change up some of these systems and then present them to the hierarchy to make it known so that it feels better. Yes, yep, absolutely. And you've got a few of these people that are running around going, I can do this and I can do that, but they can't actually do it. Like, they really can't. They think they probably could do it for one day, but then after that, everything would go to shit. So you're not feeling appreciated inside of your work and what you're actually doing. But sometimes we need to just step out of the comfort zone, do things a different way, and then show the proof to those people that are higher up on the hierarchy in order to get that recognition and that appreciation. It's a double-edged sword, So one, we can either prove it can be done better, or two, we can just shut up, get on with our job, and do what we're there to get paid for. So that comes down to you specifically. So when it comes to you, yeah, absolutely, Tanya. So absolutely. So you're not being appreciated enough, and it is time for you to start shining bright. So if you feel like you're not being appreciated, hey, there's nothing wrong with you starting to look for something else or something better. Okay, so when it comes to this work situation, there's just too many people that are running around saying they can do the job better and they just can't. I actually watch those people from afar, and then I think to myself, you know what? Absolutely, Tanya, absolutely, it's all choice. I think to myself, once upon a time, I used to try and correct people and, advise them on better ways to do things. Well, nowadays, I just grab the popcorn and I think, you know what? They've got a shovel. They'll just dig themselves into the shit eventually, and I'll still be here. Okay. Oh, Valerie, honestly, I completely lost you in the chat, darling. Absolutely. So we'll do Joa first and then we'll get to Valerie. Okay. So yeah, so Tanya, if you're really not happy in your current situation, it does come down to the choice. Thanks for the love hearts, guys. Keep hitting them. It really does come down to that choice. Okay. So I'll get to Joa. Joa's on YouTube, and then I'll get to Valerie. Okay, I'll get to you, my love. Okay, absolutely. So Joa, Joa's on my YouTube channel, which is called Specialty Hypnosis Training. So if you want to head over there, then please by all means do. Actually, I'll throw a link in the comments. Why? Because I want more subscribers. I'm so close to 300, and then I'll aim for 400. Copy. I'm gonna paste, Control V. So yeah, anybody who wants to watch my videos on YouTube, I'm just kind of random sort of stuff on there. I really enjoyed it. Ah yes, and we've got Shada. So yep. I've got a few to do yet. So Joa, let's get to you, my darling. So for those of you who can't see all of the comments, it's because I'm actually going out to a few different channels all at once here. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook. Alright, so Joa, let's find out what's going on with you. So Joa, you've just learned something. You've just gone through this whole criteria in your life and you've learned some stuff, okay? And now is the time for you to start shining. It's time for you to put your feelers out there and start gathering in on those situations. You know, being not so much recognized for what it is that you do, but finding out how to get your feelers out there. I understand that, hey Kira, I understand that you know, we learn these things and, you know, they're really great, and sometimes it creates a little bit of low self-esteem or a little bit of fear inside of us, because here we can see the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords has learned how to use the sword, but they haven't actually been tested with the sword. And this is what's happening. It's time for you to fire it out into the universe and start testing out what area that you want to work in and what area you want to express yourself in. Because when it comes to us expressing ourselves, we have to put our feelers out. Now, please, 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 my love, just go out there and do something. It's still going to be better than anything. So many of us go out into this world and we fail miserably as such, or we get hurt, or everything kind of falls to pieces. And that's when we've got to realize that this was part of the process. This was happening for us, not to us. So everything that we do in life is a learning experience, no matter what you do. I learnt just yesterday how not to pull an egg out of the fridge because I dropped it. Mind you, I've pulled eggs out of the fridge every day for the last, 30 years of my life. But everything is a learning experience. And this is the same with all of the criteria that you've just learned. You've learned this wonderful criteria. I've got a feeling it's something more of an art scene. It's an art scene? It's an art scene. Okay, yeah. What is it? What did you do, Joa? It's an art scene. And you've got to put your feelers out there. Tuba. What's that? What's tuba? Oh, okay. Yep. You're going to start getting out there. So start approaching some people. People will want to know about this art of yours. You know, get onto Facebook, share it with friends and family, and create your channel, and get onto TikTok. TikTok's fantastic when it comes to all of this art. So get your feelers out there, because it's going to be a good thing. Understand though that, you know, we're going to get knocked down. We're going to get no's. We're going to get judgments. We're going to get, you know, people, you know, sort of saying we could and should and would do something better. But get your feelers out there, so that way you can just keep on going. Keep on going, okay? That's all you've got to do, because your art form is amazing and you've just got to get it out there, okay? Hi, Eliza. How you going, doll? How you going? Okay, so Valerie is up next, and then I've got Jenna. Oh, Jenna was on YouTube as well. So Valerie, let's have some information for you. So yeah, if you're on Facebook, please pop over to my YouTube channel. I'm really aiming to get it up to 300 subscribers. Even if you subscribe and then, like, you know, turn off the notifications, it still helps. So Valerie, my love, Valerie. Thanks, Eliza. Really good. Really good. We've had some odd weather in Mount Gambier lately, haven't we? I think I get better when the days are warmer and nicer. Yesterday I just felt like blah, so I went and got a massage. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I love my massage therapist. She's fantastic. And the thing is, she doesn't speak English, so I don't even know what she's saying to me half the time, but she's amazing. It's amazing how we can connect with energies. Oh, not that one. Oh, Valerie. So Valerie, at the moment you feel like you're in this infinite loop of money coming in, money going out. Money a little bit coming in, a lot of money going out. A little bit coming in, a lot going out. And that can make you feel like basically you're just treading water. Okay, so, you know, when we go through these times in our life where we're just treading water as such, this is part of the process. It makes us really appreciate everything that goes on later on in life when we get to those other periods where we are feeling more abundant. So if you're going through this phase where you feel like there's a little bit of money coming in and then a lot going out, it's time to just reflect on what's around you. If you feel like you need to make some more finance, then, you know, sell some stuff on Facebook, you know, have a garage sale or whatever it is that you need to do. You're going to be completely fine, okay? Here we have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands talks about how you've got this amazing talent inside of you, but it's just not being appreciated on a full level, okay? So this financial infinite loop that you're feeling at the moment, it will pass. It absolutely will pass, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Like you might be feeling like you're treading water, but you know how to tread the water. You know how to do this. Now is not the time to swim. You don't have the energy for that. Now is the time to just keep sitting there and just keep treading the water, because this is the place that you need to be in right now. This is a place and a situation where you can actually recharge from, but in the same time, you've got to know that you're not ready to swim out. As we can see, we have a lot of water going on here, and this person is like pedaling. It's because basically when it comes to the pedaling is that you've got to go slower to get further. Sometimes less is actually more, and it is more abundant that way. So if you're feeling a little bit down and out, just sit still, just involve in what's going on around you and recharge that way, okay? Keep giving me love hearts, guys. Thank you. Keep recharging that way, because as much as you feel like you're in a treading water stage at the moment, this is part of your learning criteria, and this is part of feeling better about newer things to come, okay? So better things are coming, Dal. We all go through tread water stages, and that's the time where we need to go quiet and really appreciate everything that we have achieved. If you're struggling to appreciate the things that you have achieved, write them all down. Write them all out in a book, get it out of your head, and really reflect on that and feel all of that gratefulness inside of you. You're selling your daughter's things, okay? I am recharging. You're energetically. Oh, you have a grandbaby coming. Oh, there you go. There you go. So preparing. When is the grandbaby due? Is it a Christmas baby? Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, Jenna. Jenna is on YouTube at the moment. Caleb's current feelings and future actions towards me. I'm a Virgo, he's a Libra. Oh, a January baby. I've got a feeling he's oh, is it a, do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet? Congratulations. So Jenna, let's find out about Caleb. Yeah, it's an interesting combination, isn't it? 12, 1, 21. Yes, and then we'll get to you, Shada. Absolutely. We'll get to you, darling. So we'll just get to Jenna first. Jenna actually commented like way when we first started, so apologies for that, darling. Apologies. And then I'll get to Shada. So Jenna, let's find out about Caleb and the current situation that's going on there. Woof. Woof. You think it's a girl? They've chosen not to know. Well, there you go. I will say no more, my darling. I will say no more. So, Jenna, Caleb's, I hate doing this one sometimes, honestly. Caleb's love and is hot and cold. Okay, it's hot 1 minute, it's cold the next. And when it comes to riding the oceans of life, we have to start to decipher the situation. Why is it going hot and cold? Where is the balance occurring? 1 minute, Caleb's an absolute sweetheart, and next minute, they're judging you, and you just feel like a complete douche. So find the balance of what's going on here. Never ever respond in a relationship with a tone that's derogatory, demeaning, or even argument. Many people say, oh, I don't argue in my relationship. Well, even a derogatory tone is also an argument in a relationship because it sparks argument. When it comes to arguments and fights, and even those tones that we shouldn't be using, it's a fight situation. That's where we try and work out who's right and who's wrong. But when we have a discussion, that's when we work out why is the situation wrong and what's the right way to go about it. So we have a hot and cold relationship going on here, and it's time to find that balance in it. And also focus on yourself as well. When it comes to fights in relationship or arguments, hot and colds in relationships, not so much that you're arguing, it's hot and cold. When you're going to this hot and cold in relationships, you're just as much as fault as what they are. Okay, and that's where we've got to accept that responsibility. It's a tough pill to swallow, but we have to accept that responsibility because perhaps we didn't use the right tone. Perhaps we didn't express ourselves in the correct way to help that person to go from hot to warm to cooler to that balance. Okay, they just went from one to the other and everything kind of went a little bit pear-shaped as such. So we really have to work on our tone and what we're saying, what we're projecting, and how we're doing. How is it? Some people don't want solutions to their problems. Some people literally just want to vent about the problem like a broken record and go over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay, so, even with my partner, I love my partner to the world's ends, but there's many times where he doesn't want a solution that I'm offering. I'm a hypnotist, so mentality for me is a huge thing. I like to make sure that everybody's mental status is on a healthy and balanced level. It doesn't have to be on a positive level because that's psycho killer mode. We can't be positive all the time, but we need to be on a balanced level that's relaxed. And when it comes to him complaining about something, he doesn't actually want a solution. He just wants to complain about it. So therefore, I have to take a deep breath, take 2 steps back, and just let him complain. Let him have it out. And this is the same with this situation here. It's kind of like, they're hot 1 minute, cold the next, and then when they realize they're being a dick, that's when they go hot, and then they that wears off, so they're cold, and they realize they're a dick, and that's when they go hot again. So balance out these energies. We're all at fault when it comes to our relationships, because even our tone may have been not supporting enough or may have felt like a little bit derogatory towards them. Okay, so you can do this, Jenna. Okay, just evolve into a higher sense of self. Yep, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it's like. Yep, absolutely. All right, Shada. Yes, Valerie's in for an exciting year. Valerie, is this your first grandbaby? my mum wanted grandchildren so badly that she actually encouraged us. So back when we were like 13 and 14 years old, she used to tell us if we ever came home pregnant, it'd be completely fine. And she would buy clothes for children, you know, for little babies. And we were just like, you know, most parents don't encourage their children to go out and get pregnant, okay? Anime God from YouTube. Hello, how are you, darling? And Blah from YouTube. Okay, so Shada first, and then I'll get to Blah, and then I'll get to anime. Okay, so Shada, let's do a reading for you, love. Did you ask me anything in particular? Let me have a look for you, darling. Yay, I got 294, thank you. Yes, anime, I'm plodding along really happily today. I'm getting a bit hungry though, must admit. It's food time for me, so I'm a little bit hungry. Oh yes, and Eliza, thanks for reminding me, guys. The chat moves so fast and I get things lost. Just general Shada? Wonderful. Thank you for allowing me to have a free heart. Alright, Shada, let's find out what's happening with you. And guys, remember that you can scan the QR code that's up in that corner there if you want to go to my webpage and book a full reading. I also have dark readings, which are Decameron readings, and that's where we go into the spirit realm. Excuse me. Oh, give another shuffle. Hang on a second. My deck needs a cleanse. Hang on a second. Anime God. Could someone tell me the list or question mark? The list of what, darling? List of ingredients. We need eggs. Oh, Shada. Wow. Shada, when it comes to you at the moment, there is actually a balance of energies. When it comes to these balance of energies, you maybe feel like that you're looking from the outside in, but that's still a good place to be in, okay? When it comes to this balance of energies, we might be feeling like you're a little bit like ostracized at the moment, like you're outside of yourself, but that's only because you are charging on the inside. When it comes to these balance of energies as well, excuse me, this is coming down to the words that you're saying to yourself. Okay, your mantras. You have a list for Christmas, big they need. So yeah, you're feeling like you're kind of like outside the circle at the moment, but the balance and the energies are actually quite fine. When it comes to you coming back into that circle, this is coming down to the mantras that you say to yourself, the things that you say to yourself inside your mind. You're the only one that's inside your head, so it's really time to start praising yourself for all of the things that you do, rather than all the things that you don't do. Really feel that inside of you, so that way you can relax a bit more and you can feel like you're all part of that balance, because the balance is fine. Okay, you kind of feel like you could be torn in all these different directions, but the balance is actually really good at the moment, and it's just the perception of self that's going on here. This is not a bad thing, it's just that you need to understand that you're doing a great job, okay? So yeah, you do your mantras daily. Yeah, keep doing your mantras, but it's not just about doing the mantra, it's also about believing the mantra, taking it deep into your gratitude, into your heart and your soul, and then allowing that energy to evolve around you and towards others. So that balance in your life is actually really good at the moment, but the mantra is needs to go deeper into yourself. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with the mantra, you know, closing your eyes, find that beacon inside you. There's a beacon inside you that allows you to heal. It has all of the knowledge and you put it there. You put it there right from the day that you decided to come into this world. So when you find that beacon deep inside of you, give the mantra to that beacon inside of you. It could be a crystal ball, it could be a beautiful orb. It's there because you are part of it. It's that part of you that heals you, that you don't know how it heals you or why it decides to heal you, okay? Find that beacon that's inside of you and give these mantras to the beacon so it absorbs into your healing soul, okay? Become the belief system. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so yours is very simple. The balance is fine, but the mantra needs to go into that healing part of you that you don't understand, but it just happens. Okay. You got a Christmas list, have you? I must admit, my partner, you're a bit selfish. The word selfish is actually quite difficult to decipher. It really is, because you're either self or you're not. So, you know, when we say we're a bit selfish, it's just a matter of whether we're being grateful towards ourselves and what it is that we're projecting into this world. We don't want to get to that stage where we're doing everything for everybody else, but we also don't want to be at that stage where we're, ostracizing ourselves either. So you just be that great person that you are. Be the change that you want to see in this world. You can't change the world, but you can be the change that you want to see, and that'll just resonate to other people. Honestly, it absolutely will. Okay. So Blah, you're actually before Anime. So Blah, let's get to you right now, and then we'll get to Eliza. Okay. I am watching the clock a bit, so I've got to make sure I don't go too far over. So Blah is on YouTube, okay? Lots of love to you as well, Shadi. Yes, virtual hugs, darling. I actually went out for dinner the other day with a French lady, and she does the kisses from cheek to cheek. And in Australia, like, I come from a family that barely even hugged, let alone kissed. So yeah, and I was just like, what do I do? Relax, Trish. Okay. So, Anime God, who am I after? You know what? Only you will know that, sweetheart. Hey, Elva. Hey, Elva. How you going, darling? Long time no see. How's your beautiful kitty Indy going? Anime God, let's do a general reading for you, darling. Let's do a general reading for you. And then we'll get to Blah and Eliza as well. Oh, you need a cross-reference one. Hang on a second. Right. So, Anime God, there's when it comes to your life at the moment, there's just too much going on. That's what it is. And this is creating like an anxiety. It's not a depression. It's like an anxiety, a nervousness. It's kind of like you don't know whether you're coming or going. You're up, you're down. You can sleep, but you can't sleep. You're tired, but you're not sleepy. It's like all this stuff is going on, and you're trying to absorb all of this information, but we cannot possibly absorb all the information. When it comes to our lives, we have to go through life intuitively. What we feel is the right thing to do, what we can see and project for ourselves. And that's where we can get lost. Yes, absolutely, Anime. Yes, there's just too much going on for you at the moment, sweetheart. Okay, so get it out of your head. Start journaling it, okay? You can't process it whilst it's all up in here. It's just too much. Even YouTube alone, I think, has something like 50,000 hours of information uploaded to it every single day. We can't possibly absorb all of that into our brain capacity. So start to narrow down exactly what you're interested in and be present in the moment. Get rid of that FOMO that you feel like going on in your life, like the fear of missing out, because we're all missing out on 99% of things because there's so many things out there. Be present and start zoning in your energy. Ground yourself, okay? If you feel like this anxiety is creeping in and is taking over, Get out and get connected with nature. Start walking around with nature and just be present in the moment, because guess what? If you're no longer present, that's when life truly does pass you by. Okay? So be present in the moment. I feel like your energies are really scattered and there's just too much going on. So you've got to zone it, pinpoint it, target it as such, and then that way you can ground yourself, bring yourself back down to Mother Earth. Okay? Bring yourself completely back down. So Eliza, and then we'll get to Blah. You're a mess at the moment, are you, darling? Oh, Anime. Get out with nature, okay? It can be, we're in a very difficult time inside this world at the moment with the virus and governments and conspiracies and blah, 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 blah. But all we can do is decide what it is that we can do or respond to it better. Okay, I'm a hypnotherapist and we've got a lot of shit people in our industry. We really do. And I just moved away from it. That's all I did, because those people are always going to be shit. It's as simple as that. And I don't need to be part of that shit. You know, I don't like to eat shit, so I just move away from it. There's always more people in this world that you can connect with, or situations or nature. Get down with nature. We're born into it. And we get wrapped up in this world of technology, and it really does, you know, create this parasocial world where we have to be connected. So disconnect to reconnect, okay, Anime God? So Eliza, let's have a look at what's going on with you, darling, and then we'll get to Blah. Hi, Rose. How are you, darling? Absolutely, Rose. You can always ask a question. And Debbie, gosh. Got more and more stuff popping up. So Eliza, thanks Deb, thanks for the share, darling. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, okay, Eliza. Let me just give it to you, sweetheart. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? It's a money thing, and it just feels like everything is just gone to shit. Everything is absolutely fucked. Okay. You feel like your world is falling apart at the moment, and this is a money thing. So the money is creating emotions, the emotions create money worries, the money creates emotions. It's a vicious circle. And thanks, Deb. And you're going to go through a rough time. It's as simple as that. There is no debating when the tower comes out. There is a rough stage coming in through your life, and it is around money. And understand that when it comes to these rough stages in life, you know, it's a tough one, because we always feel like we need to advance in life. We always have to go to the next level, upgrade, improve, you know, all of these sorts of things. So when it comes to this financial side of your life, it's not about continuing to advance. It's about continuing to feel content, to feel secure and relaxed. You're going to survive through this financial hardship time. Okay? That's okay, Jenna. You can pop in and out, darling. So, Eliza, it's going to happen, okay? You're going through this financial crisis as such, and it's one of those things that you're going to get through, okay? The current situation is not going to allow you to live the life that you want, but it will allow you to live life in a way that you can become more resourceful. Money will come and go, but life just goes. So when it comes to this money side, start to sort it out. Really start to sort it out as best as you can, and create a plan for success. Put the time frames on it to help keep you motivated, to keep you going through. Because as much as you're going through this really traumatic time in your life, this time in 12 months, it will all be different, and it won't even matter, okay? You will be feeling much better in the future, but you have to go through this phase, okay? I understand that money is one of those things that, you know, it causes us so much stress and so much sickness and so much worry, but it's not the end of the world. All we do is adapt, change, and grow again. Imagine yourself like a rose bush. You're continuously growing and blooming, and then somebody comes off and cuts you off at the ankles, gives you a good pruning as such, and you've got to grow again. That doesn't mean that the rose bush should turn up its toes and die. It just means it comes back stronger. Okay? So be a rose, keep on blooming, but understand that this period will pass, but you have to go through it, love. Okay? So blah. Will everything be okay with the house I purchased in Harrowview West? Let's have a squizio. Oh, must have a bit of dust in here today. I'm gonna drink some water. Keep plotting, Eliza, okay? Keep plotting. You'll get through. You will get through. Money comes and goes. It's a expendable resource as such. As much as money makes life easier, it doesn't necessarily make life easier. Okay? So blah, you're here! Yay! Let's find out about this house purchase. What's going on there? What's going on? Aha, aha. So this house is going to take a little bit of money, okay? But if you just focus on one job at a time, it's going to be viable. It's one of those things, I don't want to say it's a fixer-upper as such, because it's like it's not, but there are a few things that need fixing, and to avoid overwhelm within yourself, just focus on one thing at a time. There's no point in going, right, we're going to rip out all these walls and all these floors and all these bathrooms and blah, 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 blah. Focus on one thing at a time and be patient about it. So here we can have the Eight of Pentacles, okay? Now the Eight of Pentacles talks about focusing on one project and then putting it on the wall like a piece of art. Then you focus on another project and you put it on the wall like another piece of art. And before long, you actually have a whole collection of pieces of art that are unique and that are done properly from day one. So when it comes to this house, if there's something that you want done in a particular way, but it's going to cost a little bit more money, then be patient and do it properly, okay? Because here we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is actually a very good card to be in, and especially when it comes out with the project card. See how we have all of these pentacles going on? So this house is going to require some money, but it's totally going to be worth it in the long run when you get your collection up and running. But make sure you do it properly straight off the bat. If there's something that you want done in a particular way, like a color, a structure, perhaps you need a permit of some sort, it's absolutely going to be worth taking the time. So what if something gets released late? So what if something needs to take in a couple of extra weeks, okay? Yeah. Yep. Yep. So take your time with this project. This is not a rush, get it in. It's off plan, is it? Right. So just take your time with it, okay? Because it's going to be viable, but only if you take your time to collect it as you go, one step at a time. So many times people are running because they're like, yep, I've got to get this done. I want to get this done by XYZ date. Just because that's what you want and what the reality is are two different things. And I have never ever heard anyone say, I'm so glad that I pushed this and I rushed this. People always say, I am so glad that we made the right decision and that we waited, or that we invested in this, or I got that mirror that I wanted and I spent the extra money. That's called pride of self, okay? So make sure that you're patient with it. It's going to be a good situation, but patience is required to make sure it's all done correctly, okay? Alright, so, Elva, if you're still there, what have you been up to, darling? And then I have Rose over on YouTube. And then we'll have Debbie. So, Elva. No worries, blah. No worries. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd really like to hit 300 soon. I've been sitting at like 292 subscribers for a little while now. I don't really push my channel much either, so that may be one of the problems. So, Elva, what's going on with you? Interesting, interesting. So, Elva, what we have here is we have the Seven of Cups and the High Priestess. So when we look at the Seven of Cups, it's about you sorting things out. So you're still here. Yay! So it's about you sorting things out in the way that's going to work for you. So not the way that it works for something else. Because the reason why we say that is because we have the High Priestess here. And the High Priestess does things the way that works for her, not the way that it works for everybody else. And just because everybody else says that this is the way it should be done and this is the better way or the most viable way, it doesn't mean it's the way that's going to work for you as an individual. So it's all about sorting out things. You've got some stuff that really needs to be sorted out, and it's time for you to do it the way you want to do it, the way you like doing it. This is also not a financial thing either. So here we have the Pentacles, but the Pentacles are not connected to the rest of the clogs, like they're separated. So this is not a financial thing. This is one of those things you do because you like to do it in XYZ way. And when we sort out these things, as we can see, we have some of the shelves are empty. It actually makes way for better and new things to come into our life. So that way you can go, you know what? I'm Elva, and this is the way I like this done, and this is what I'm going to start doing. Because the thing is, once we sort everything out, that's when we can declutter our thoughts and we can allow better systems to come in. So don't go and sort out all of this stuff that's in your life and then go, well, I have to do it this way because it's cheaper or because it's better or something like that. Do it the way that Elva wants to do it, and do it the way that Elva can feel like it's the right way for her. And I have a feeling that you're going to definitely do that, because you are definitely an independent woman. You have a most beautiful soul, but it's time for you to start going, you know what, how would Elva do this rather than how would somebody else do this? Okay, so start sorting out some of that stuff. You can see we have some cups going on here as well, and this is an emotional thing. So you need to start sorting out some of those emotional cups as well, because these emotional cups, if we don't sort them out, everything just gets sort of dumped, and we can go from feeling great 1 minute to feeling really low the next. So sort out some of those emotional stuff and get some room going on that shelving of yours, so that way you can stand back, reflect on it, and then go, do I really need this, or do I want more of that? Okay? You keep going, girl. You're doing a great job. I hope Trevor will be home for Christmas. Okay, so who else do I have? So I have Rose on YouTube, so let's do Rose and then we'll get to Debbie. So Rose, will my temporary job ever become permanent? Let's find out for you, darling. Will my temporary job ever become... Yay! Thanks, Rose. Thank you, darling. Oh, I need a cross-reference. Oh, I just threw that card across the room. Okay, Rose. Trevor's home next weekend. He is very busy. Yeah, I have no doubt. It's not easy with a fly-in, fly-out job, especially when you've got this virus hitting at the moment. So, Rose, I know you've got this temporary job, but do you really want it to become permanent? Like, here we have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands talks about an entity that is in a situation but needs to come out of the fog of it, okay? Hi, Shari, you're back again. So, needs to come out of the fog of it. So, is this really a job that you want? Because, as we can see, like we had Valerie before, the infinite treading of water when it comes to the money. And this temp job that you've got, it's probably not going to give you the options that you're looking for. So, do you really want it to become permanent? Because something tells me that you're seeking something else, and as much as this job may reflect like it offers that, does it really? Like, here we have um, an entity that's looking out from a balcony, and this entity thinks that it only has two options. So, see on the Two of Wands, this entity here thinks it only has two options. It either takes a job or it doesn't. But the entity has more options than that. It just needs to dig deeper inside to find those options. So, is this really the job that you want? I don't feel like this would be something that you permanently want. It's more, you like the people there. It pays well, something along those lines. I don't feel like this will be something that you want permanently, because it will be part of you that it'll just get you stuck in a situation, and it'll get you stuck in that place where you'll think, oh, I can't leave because I'm doing X, Y, and Z. So I don't honestly feel like you want this as a temporary job, because it's going to limit what you can possibly do in your future. So, don't be afraid to take it permanently, but also understand that you're never ever bound to a job. You do the job because you want to, because you like having the money or the security with it. You are never ever bound to a job because you have to. Okay? Many people think that, oh, I can't leave my job because of XYZ. That's bullshit. Anybody can leave a job at any time. That's called freedom. And nobody is forcing you to stay in a situation that you don't want to be in. So if you do take this job more permanently, don't think it's permanent, okay? Because it just limits your possibilities for your future, and we all need change at some stage. But I get this feeling that, this job is not the permanent job, that this is not your dream job. This is not something that you want to do for the rest of your life or for the next 10, 20 years. This is something that, it would create security, absolutely, but it's also going to bind you into a lifestyle that, it's not going to evolve much. So, think of those options. There is evolution here in your future, and you don't want to get stuck in this binding situation, okay? So Debbie, oh, Shari is back. Shari is back. Shari is back. This is it. Hello from YouTube. Absolutely, you can have a reading. This is it. I love that name. This is it. Oh, that was a song from the 90s, I reckon. So Debbie, let's get to you, Dal. Absolutely. Debbie, you were cleaning out your freezer. I think I saw that on Facebook last night or something. I will have to trundle off soon, guys. Not just yet, but soon. And I will be back next Thursday, so please like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And if you want a reading, go to my webpage. The QR code is up there in the corner. Just scan that with your phone, and it'll take you straight to my webpage. It saves me putting stuff in the chat all the time, so yeah. Hi Jill, how you going, Dal? We'll see how we go, honey. We'll see how we go. Is it over between me and... Okay, so we'll get to you. This is it. So we'll do Debbie first, and then we'll get to this is it, okay? And then hopefully we'll get to Shari. Go food away that we don't need. Good stuff, Deb. Good stuff. You've always been a good egg, my love. You've always been a good one. Interesting. So, Deb, when it comes to you at the moment, you're kind of feeling a little bit content. Like, like everything is fine. The emotions are floating along, but it's kind of like there's someone picking at you. Like, digging at you on an emotional level. So as an entity, as a being in yourself, everything's like kind of good at the moment, but there's just someone that's picking at you, and they're picking at you from a financial side. So when it comes to those situations, really start to reflect on all of the good things that you're doing and what you're trying to achieve in life. Because when these people pick at you, and they penny pinch as such, or they're always demanding little bits, something more, something more, something more. We really need to put our foot down and start to go, you know what? No, enough is enough. That's what it's coming down to. And when is enough enough? Because deep down inside, without this person kind of picking at you, life's easy. You just float along, you just enjoy it, you're just, celebrating yourself. And then they come along, and it's a financial thing, it's a worth, it's a value. When they start sort of picking at your value and your worth, that's when it brings you down. So perhaps it's time to find this entity and start making some standards, some rules for them. Because as we can see here, we have an entity here that's writing out inside of a book all the financials, and writing it out as in, these are the rules. This is going to happen, and there will be no exception towards that. So start to create these boundaries, because people tend to, they want an inch, they take a mile. You offer them one situation and they take two more. And unless we actually stand up and go, hang on, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm a giving person, but I'm not a charity. That's where we have to start having those rules that are in place. So find those boundaries, those rules, and rehash them a bit, okay? Because otherwise this person's going to just keep on taking that inch that turns into a mile, okay? Because every time they do that, that drags down your value and your worth. And when they're not in that situation, when they're not doing that, you're actually feeling quite good. So harbor more of that feeling quite good and allow them to stand on their own 2 feet. Become resourceful human beings themselves, okay? You have to sort that one out, darling. So this is it on YouTube. Is it over between me, Sagittarius, and is it over between me and G, Scorpio? Yeah, between me. Or will there be an advancement? Let's find out some love stuff for you. This is it. Hi Rose from YouTube. If you want some more advancements on your reading, click on the go to my webpage, trishpalmer.com, or scan the QR code up in the corner with your phone. Okay, so this is it. Let's find out what's going on with your relationships, my love. Let's find out. That's all right. This is it. Don't worry about it. I'm not a copyright myself. I must admit, I've always had typos in my word. The point is that if people find typos, that means they're reading it. If they don't find any typos, they're probably not reading it much. Debbie, thanks. Yep. No worries, darling. Yep. Get those rules in place, okay, my love? So stop letting that person pick at your value and your worth, okay? So this is it. When it comes to love for you, it is about balance. You're not the kind of person that likes a lot of drama or pressure or coldness. You just want a balance. You don't want all the attention one minute and no attention the next. You just want balance. You just want people to tell you if they're going to be home for dinner, if they're going to be doing X, Y, Z. You just want people to be balanced, to communicate, to to help you out as such, because you're a team. That's what you want in this relationship. But however, this relationship that you're currently looking at is not balanced. It is time to give death to it and to move on. I don't like giving out that negative advice. However, when it comes down to it, it's not going to give you the balance that you seek. Yep. and the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords talks about you taking control of your situation and finding the balance. We can't possibly have balance if somebody is constantly self-jeopardizing. At some stage, as much as they're good people, they have to go be unbalanced somewhere else. That's what it is. So this relationship, as much as you may be in love with the what the person can offer, it's not about the person themselves, okay? So this is not a balanced relationship, and it is time to let it go. There isn't going to be a future in it that is going to give you your value and your worth. And by the time you realize that, if you take this into the future, that value and worth could have depreciated so much, and you're going to miss out on some of these wonderful things that balance does give you, okay? So, you know, it is time to perhaps put that relationship that you're currently going through at arm's length and then go from there. It's not going to be viable in the long run because this person is constantly not going to work with you as a team. They're not going to help you, you know, you do for me, I do for you. It's not going to work like that. It's always going to be an unbalanced relationship. And do you really want that for your future? That's what we've got to decide. One of my exes, we actually decided to split up because there wasn't any balance, and we still remain good friends to today. And as much as people are just like, oh my gosh, you guys were the perfect couple, sure, we were a great couple, but he was also killing me inside with responsibilities, always handballing me tasks and things like that. So it really wasn't a balanced relationship, and it was one of those relationships that was going to end up putting me in a really bad place. So now I'm in a balanced relationship, and my partner and I have been together coming up 8 years, and we've never had an argument, and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so you know, is there still feelings there for my ex? Absolutely, there's always going to be a soft spot. But can we work as a team? No way. No way. We can't make that work. Okay, so this relationship that you're looking at, it's not balanced, it's not going to help you in the long run, and it is time to give death to it as such, okay? Enjoy the good times that you had, what you learnt from it, but it is time to let it go. Hi, Crystal, you're back again, love. You're back again. So, Shari, let's get to you, my darling. Let's get to you, and then hopefully we'll get to Jill. So, Shari. And Crystal is back! Yay! Hey Crystal, I you know how you posted the, what was it, the cat box, the crazy cat lady box or something like that? I actually sent it to my girlfriend the other day, and she's decided to get it, so she absolutely loves it. Shari, let's find out what's going on with you. Shari, do you need like a back massage or shoulder massage at the moment? I suddenly feel like my back needs a really good rub or sorting out. It's just a bit of tension just underneath the shoulder blades on the left hand side there. No worries, this is it. Go and be wonderful and loved, okay? And you know, it's going to be a hard time. This is it, but you know, in the long run, you're going to be so grateful for it. Okay, love? Shari, you're under lots of stress, are you? Oh, stress is in everything, love. Stress is in absolutely everything. But when it comes to stress, it's just a matter of if it's a good stress because we've achieved something, or is it a negative stress because somebody's pressuring us, okay? You still want me to do a reading? Good on you, Krista. No, not gonna do that. Oh gosh. Oh, we need a cross reference. Oh, wow. So Shari, at the moment, we're getting a lot of financial cards in here today. So Shari, at the moment, it's kind of like, well, it's not kind of like at all, actually. It's exactly like, there is an emotional stress that's going on, and this one's actually about money, this one. it's a good stress in the long run. That's good. That's good. So there's an emotional stress at the moment, but this one's a money one. So this is not about worth or abundance or value or anything like that. This is actually a money one, as in a physical money one. And you're going to have to go with the flow with this one, because it's actually going to be, it's going to be much more viable in the future when it comes to this, okay? Because it's just about us learning. Right. Interesting. Yeah. It's just about you learning that when you're going with this flow, that you can't take everything with you, okay? Take the majority of what you can and don't sweat the little stuff. You're always going to be little things, like there's always going to be that one person that nags or whinges or doesn't get it or whatever, okay? Don't waste your energy pandering those little things, okay? Keep moving on with all of the bigger stuff that you're doing. Because if we move all of our energy into that one little squeaky wheel, that's when, you know, the other stuff kind of gets put aside, and then the bigger stuff doesn't feel nurtured. So you've got some emotional stress when it comes to the actual money at the moment, but just go with the flow with that, because it's going to work out viable in the future if you can learn to let go of the cents as such, but hold on to the dollars. That's the difference here. I just got kicked off, and we'll go back and watch what I missed. That's all right, Shari. So yeah, so go with the flow with this, because it's going to be viable in the future. But this emotional, it is a money thing. But you know, here we've got the 7 of Swords, and the person is walking away with 5, but leaving 2 behind. Leave those 2 behind. They have no value. Let someone else take them, because it's not worth putting your energy into this when these 5 are more viable. Okay, don't let the little squeaky wheels get to you, and just move on with life. Okay, don't let it get to you, because it talks about here, you got to learn to go with the flow, because some things just happen for whatever reason, and don't sweat the little stuff. Okay. Oh, I felt like that was a really, really quick one. Okay, so we have Jill now, and Jill, where did Jill go? Hang on a second. Where did Jill go? Jill Taylor. So we have Jill now, and that will be the last one that I do. Only because I do have to trundle off my darlings. I do have clients today, and then I'll have to... Yep, honestly, Shari, just go with the flow. Go with the flow. It's going to work out viable in the future, but just go with the flow. Okay. So Jill, let's get to you, love. And then I will have to check out. Thank you everyone so much who has joined in. And if I didn't get to you today, join back in on Thursday next week, and we'll get started then. And hopefully I have all my systems working a bit better. Oh, was it you that I was tuning into, was it, Jill? It was pain under that left shoulder, and it was really uncomfortable. Not so much a pain where I feel sick or anything, but just really uncomfortable. Like, go get yourself a massage or something, love. Get that sorted out, okay? Oh, interesting. Oh, need a cross-reference. Aha. So, Jill, when it comes to your emotions, you're done, sweetheart. You are so done at the moment. You feel like you have to be this strong, responsible individual that's got their shit together all the time, and that this is the way it is, and this is the way it always has been. But deep down inside, you're done. Like, there's just too many people relying on you, depending on you, just sucking out the energy from you. They're all these vampires in your life. So when it comes to these vampires, we need to start learning how to actually start to we need to start learning how to recharge ourselves. Okay, you're not resting in the right way. Now, when I talk about rest, I'm not saying that go to bed and sleep, okay? Because people get that kind of confused, because you're just done at the moment. When I'm talking about resting, I'm talking about you recharging. So, you know, some of us recharge by having a good night's sleep. Some of us recharge by playing sport. Some of us recharge by watching Netflix. Find the way that you recharge so that that way you can feel rested. Because when we feel rested, that's when you can start to decipher all of these things that are going on. There's all these people attacking you at the moment from all different angles. And, you know, you're actually really good when it comes to your emotions. But deep down behind the closed doors, you're like, oh my God, I've had enough. Okay, so start to recharge a bit better because the battery's almost flat and the battery needs to be charged in a better way. So there's a fine line between deception and reception, and you're feeling a little bit deceived while people are receiving stuff as such. Okay, so because you're feeling so done at the moment, you know, start to put up those boundaries. Say no to people. You know, handball the job as such, or give responsibility to someone else. Get somebody else on board to help you out if you need to, but start to recharge so that you feel more rested rather than just resting as such and then not getting the energy that you want out of it, because you know you've got all of these external environments coming in and attacking you, and you know you need to recharge, love. It's time to recharge. The main flow of this is just continuously saying too much of this, too many people giving you opinions, too many people taking your life away, too many people saying you can say yes, no, that's it, you know. The King of Cups is like, you must keep your shit together, you are an authority figure, blah 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 blah. This is all too much, honey. Okay, some quiet time, some rest time, some relax time, and take that time. You know, even I myself, I don't work with clients on Tuesdays and limited times on Fridays, and that's because I'm taking back my life so that I can recharge, so therefore I can help people in those other times. And if you don't take it, then they will take it off you, okay? So you have to recharge in a way where you feel rested and you feel much more appreciated about yourself, love, okay? Crystal, Daisy is sniffing the screen. She says hello. Hi, Daisy. All right, my darling. So thank you everybody who tuned in today. I do appreciate it. I will be back next Thursday, and you can check out my webpage, trishpalmer.com. Otherwise, from that, I'll catch you on the flip side. See yous.